All right, what do we have here? We have your 11-2 homework. You're supposed to identify the type of sampling method used in each example below, then identify any bias. Let's see, the manager at Save Mart wants to find the percent of shoppers who bring their own bags. He interviews every shopper entering the produce section. So what we have here is we have this guy being lazy because he stood in one section of the store. This is convenience. There is a good high bias. There is bias. Uh, Honest to God, the people buying produce are more likely to bring their own bags. Why? More vegetarians, more people who care about the environment are going to use reusable bags. Let's see. 3, a magazine publisher mails a survey to every 6 person on a subscriber list. The survey asks for 4 favorite leisure activities. So while this does seem systematic, because you have every 6th, it is still self-selected because you have to send it back. It's self-selected. This has high bias. Still self-selected. So we would not classify that as systematic. That is a self-selected survey. You have to fill out that stuff and fill it back. 4, a school, I don't want to do 4. 5, a researcher places 50 household plants in the same type and size in each 2 individual soundproof room. Each plant receives the exact same amount of water and light. Classical music is placed continuously in one room and no music is played in the other. After 30 days, the research measures the growth of plants. And as silly as this sounds, the plants in the experimental group will actually be healthier. Uh, Plants are used to noise. You may not believe this, but outside is loud constantly. You ever go into the woods, you'll hear stuff 24/7. You will. So plants actually do need noise, and they actually do respond well to classical music. It's weird, huh? But do we have some keywords here? It is an experiment. It would have been cool if he talked about some randomness, but it's definitely an experiment. It is missing the details of assignment, but still an experiment because we have a control group and we don't. Survey asks, aren't healthy organic vegetables always better than non-organic vegetables? Yeah, yeah, that thing is loaded with bias. You know, they clearly say healthy, organic. Why don't they say healthy, non-organic? They're automatically trying to get a person to think that being non-organic means not healthy, and that is not true at all. In many cases, non-organic is healthier than organic because, while yes, they use pesticides, the pesticides kill the bugs that make things rot faster. They kill the bacteria that are present on the surface of the vegetable or the fruit. Just because something's non-organic doesn't mean it's not healthy, kids. There's a lot of things in nature that'll kill you. There's more things in nature will kill you than the things that we have come up with that will kill you. Promise you. Let's see. We got a table. Table below shows the minimum hourly wage in US dollars for selected year since 1995. So I guess I'll do one of these for you because you guys are helpless. And you can do it. So I'm at stat edit. You should play along, by the way. You're not going to, but you should. X is in list 1, Y is in list 2. And I've got some typos, don't I? That was 40 and 45. It says minimum wage in the United States of America. I'm pretty sure it's still 7.25. Compare some results here and see what we get. because it doesn't follow a linear path. It's every 20 years or so, Congress decides to raise minimum wage. And of course, we have state minimum wages too. You know, the minimum wage in California is different than it was in Tennessee. Uh, I am sadly old enough that I remember 4.25 minimum wage. Isn't that sad? I also remember 5.15. I remember when it went up from there, and I was happy. I was. I have no idea how you pay bills on minimum wage right now. Not a clue. I'm sorry if your parents are making minimum wage because it sucks. It's just not enough money to do anything. And I think most places don't even pay minimum wage because there's no way people would work for it. All right, so I was checking my data there while I went on a tangent about something. I'm gonna go to stat, calc, read the instructions. It says write the linear regression. So I'm gonna do an lin reg, be choice 4, linear regression, ax plus b because you live in America. And I happen to have the R value present on my calculator because I never turned it off. If you don't remember how to turn on R, you have to turn on R. All right. So write the equation your calculator tells you to 3 decimal places because by God, we can read. It's in the form y equals ax plus b. Y equals 0.098. Then there's an x plus b, 0.402. Interpret R. R is roughly 0.9876. This implies a strong positive correlation between time and minimum wage, which means as time passes, minimum wage rises. Now, based on the data, in what year will the minimum wage be 7 and 25? Now, minimum wage is a Y value, okay? So I'm going to take 7.25 and I'm going to set it equal to my equation 0.098x plus 0.402. And then I'm going to do, math. I'm going to take away 0.402. And that's going to give me 6 what? 8498. I think that's right. I'm going to check that. Still recovering from food poisoning. Still seeing colors. You're not supposed to see colors, not random colors. Oh, wait a second. I need to check my subtraction first, right? So I got my 7.25. I'm taking away 0.402. Yeah. Yeah, I went a little too far on the decimal though, didn't I? There we go. Next move is going to be to divide by that 0.098. And 69.88 years. We'll just say 70 years. Now, this is after 1955, because that's when the data started. So according to my model, Jesus, it just happened. That's not when minimum wage became 7.25. All right. Now, it currently does happen to be 7.25, but when did it actually happen? 2009. That's the problem with using models to predict the future. They are often almost always wrong. If anybody ever tells you that the world's going to end in 10 years because of some math model, they're full of crap. They don't have any idea. When I was a kid, they told us that the world could never hold more than 6 billion people. And then by the time I was in high school, it was 7 billion. By the time I was in college, by God, it changed again. And currently they think that it's 10 billion is the most people we can have. I guarantee you we surpassed 10 billion. Guarantee you. So don't believe anything if somebody tells you because of a math model. And this is coming from a math teacher. It can just infer that maybe that's the upper end limit, but it can't tell you the actual truth. And we'll do one more here. Let's look at 12. Guarantee you there'll be questions like this on your EOC. Guaranteed. So anyways, we got some simplification to do. If I had a pencil, we could make this easier. There she is. All right, we're supposed to simplify this now. I know that 15 and 50 are both divisible by 5. 15 divided by 5 is a 3. 50 divided by 5 is a 10. Let's look at some like terms here. I've got an x to the ninth. Sorry, my pen is off. You can't tell this. My screen's not right. Sitting pretty over x to the negative third. We're just going to shift that up top. We'll have x to the ninth times x cubed. And when we multiply like terms, we add exponents. 3 plus 9 is 12. So there is an x to the 12th up top. This e to the negative third needs to be shifted down low, making her positive, because it's what happens when we take an exponent. We shift it one way or the other. We change the sign. And the last thing is y over y to the 6th. Now this y hasn't understood 1 as an exponent. So we're actually going to do the shift down low. And that's going to give me 1 over a y to the 6 minus 1, which is y to the 5th down low. And that is number 12. And there you go. That's roughly half your homework, which apparently is still not enough for some of you guys to do. I don't know what to do for you. I bet your mama still wipes your butt when you go to the bathroom because you obviously don't want to do anything for yourself.